Coach, just start with wrap up spring, and especially today's game, and then he'll take your questions.
Okay. Good period. Had a lot of fun during these 5 weeks or so. We did our spring ball Tuesday, Thursdays, and Saturdays, so we kind of spread it out, go for 5 weeks, and I do that for installation purposes. I allow our coaches and our kids a day in between to get their install taken care of after each practice. As well as still continue to get their lifts in. I think one of the best things that we did this off season was in our strength and conditioning program, getting these guys bigger, faster, and stronger. This is probably one of the strongest football teams I've been around. And we didn't want to lose that, so we formatted it to where we went Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, so that we gave Monday, Wednesday, Friday in between, so that those guys could keep that strength. But an awful lot of fun with this group. I tell you, they're the type of group when you run drills. Sometimes you'll get mad at them, but as soon as you put that ball down and you let them play ball, they love to play ball, and that's what I like about them is they like to compete, they like to play ball, they like to run around, they like to stroke people, hit people, run real fast, and so I'm very, very excited about this group.
What are some of the things that you've seen improvements, maybe positionally or just anything you've seen improve from your team through the spring?
Well, I think from an overall, I mean, that's our deal. We have a saying around here about 1%, and it goes. It's a very deep meaning for us in the football team. But each and every day we want to get 1% better. As a matter of fact, every day after practice, the last thing we do after we bring the team up and break it down is they split up and go back to their coaches and they do what we call 1%ers. And it's just something to make sure that each and every day we come out here, we've gotten 1% better. And if we can do that on a day-to-day basis, then once you start accumulating all these 1%, and once you start accumulating all these days that you're getting better and better and better, and you start pushing that flywheel around and around and around, and you start building that momentum, that's how you start building your brand. That's how you start building your program, and that's what we want to do.
I know you guys had some banged up guys, throughout the spring. Now that we're wrapped up, how's everything looking?
Everything's good. As a matter of fact, we had most of them healthy we didn't have but a handful of them, standing over there on the sideline. One of which, Justin Connor, he could have gone, but we kept him out of a lot of the live stuff right now. He's rehabbing that knee, and he's on the back end of it. So for the most part, we're fine. I mean, I think we started spring with 76 guys. Today we probably dressed out 70 or so. So we just had a handful standing around. So from that standpoint, we got out. We did us about 60, 65 plays, got out healthy. Everybody's still standing, so it's a great day.
How big has it been to have a team as deep as you guys this spring? Because I know there have been years where
Sure.
there hasn't been a lot of people here.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest with you, we've never even done a blue and white game. I've never had the ability to do a blue and white game and split the squad. So coming into this year, having this type of depth, having this many players, and being able to split these guys up and let them go play and let them put their abilities on display. We had a lot of people here today, a lot of juniors here today, which is awesome. We're about to walk them through the facility. So it's just huge. Again, you're just pushing that flywheel, and you just keep on inching it. And once it gets all the way around, now it's 2 times, now it's 4 times, now it's 100 times, and all of a sudden that thing gets to spinning, and you don't want to stick your hand in it and try to stop it because you ain't going to stop it, and that's what we're trying to do.
What do you hope to maybe show these guys that come up here for this spring game, maybe just about your program?
Well, we have a saying in recruiting, man. If we can get them to Murray, we can get them, and that's the biggest thing. If we can get them here and show them this place and let them see the people, let them be around the people, that's what makes Murray special. You go to Harvard, you're going to get the same education. It's the same textbooks and all of that stuff. At any program that you go to, what makes this place so special is those teachers teaching the classes, these coaches coaching the kids, the administration that's leading the coaches, and just the togetherness and the family atmosphere that we have around this place. And anytime we have a chance to get these recruits on campus and let them feel that, it gets on them like a cologne, and it doesn't get off, man. You can't wash it off, and they want to get back. So that's the biggest thing. That's the biggest reason why we want to bring them.
Position-wise, anyone in particular maybe impressed you throughout the spring?
Yeah, I tell you, the two young quarterbacks, we took the red shirts off of them, Michael Hires and Bass. We said going into it, me and Coach Coleman said, hey, it's either going to go one or two ways. Either they'll be scared and run around and won't do anything, or they'll do what I think they're going to do. And what I believe they're going to do, and they're probably going to make some plays. Both of them did. Both of them have the ability to extend some plays, be very mobile. Bass was the one that did the sidearm throw down here in the end zone. He moved around, so really, really good to see those young kids have that type of day, and that was probably the biggest, standout to me.
I know the focus is today in the spring game, but it's hard to ignore what happened yesterday with Quincy. Talk about just how big, what that means for your program with having a third-round draft pick.
Well, here's my deal. That's my guy. Quincy's my guy. He and I go back a long ways. He was my last recruit as a coordinator, as an assistant. Aside from all the things that it did for our program, because anytime we can put that in on TV, that's a big moment for us. Just awfully happy to have shared the journey with that kid and how he got there. He's a 5-year guy, never transferred, never once came in and asked about transferring. He stuck it out. He redshirted his freshman year. Wasn't in a starting role until last year. Got moved around. We always had to move him, linebacker to safety, safety to linebacker to nickel, back to safety to linebacker. I think Coach Johnson did a fabulous job this year of just sticking him at linebacker and letting him roll. But he never complained. It was always what was best for the team. And he's just my guy, man. I called him last night, and they were celebrating, and his family was screaming and all that kind of stuff. And it just, third round's a big deal. That's a big deal for him and his family. Obviously, in a 24-hour period, his family's life changed dramatically between him and his brother. So it was a lot of fun, but just awfully blessed to be a part of that whole situation.